Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you taking time out of y'all's busy schedule to stop in and see what it is I'm up to. It is Saturday, July 11th, 2020, and we are starting into our 17th week of isolate in place, safer at home, social distancing, yada yada yada, due to the COVID-19 coronavirus wrecking the world, basically. Um, Currently, right here in Jacksonville, Florida, it is 93 degrees Fahrenheit at what is it? What's going on? It's going on 2 o'clock in the afternoon. 93 degrees Fahrenheit outside with a humidity of about 56%. There's rain scattered around, but it's not anything major. Inside, it's at 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Excuse me, which is what I have my air conditioner set on. That would be 34 degrees Celsius outside and 25 degrees Celsius in here. So, there's been some comments at various times about my heart condition and etc. My diet. uh, yeah, my diet is it's not the best. I admit that. Of course, what you all see is the worst of the worst, pun included, with the uh, fried liverwurst sandwich from the other day. But what you don't see is me sitting and having a package of tuna and rice, or a rice with fruit cups or vegetables or whatever. So uh, why? Because that's boring. I mean, it's okay. It's filling. It gets me going. It gets me keeps me energized. But yeah, it's how difficult is it to take a cup of minute rice and a cup of one of the small containers of fruit cocktail, mix it together, and that's lunch. Mix a packet of tuna fish and a packet of rice, and there's lunch. You're ready to go, and it's healthier. I guess it's not totally healthy, but anyway, coronary heart disease runs in my mom's side of the family. Primarily high blood cholesterol, and I mean high blood cholesterol. My mom runs in the 300s to 400s. Um, my brother was in the thousands. He's on a medication now. They were really considering putting him on a mechanical heart, or putting a mechanical heart in him, because he'd had so many heart attacks and whatever due to his high cholesterol. So he's doing a whole lot better. Uh, Many of my mom's siblings have passed because of high cholesterol problems. Uh, Her aunts and uncles and cousins, and yeah, it runs rampant in my mom's side of the family. The doctor says I have high cholesterol, but I'm at like 128 to 132, depending on when I get tested. And they want you to be like 118 or something. I don't know, but yeah, being 10 points up is not it's not high cholesterol in my family. It's higher. I should be a little concerned about it, but not overly concerned. And that's the reason why I don't eat a whole lot of eggs. I don't, I've got some problems with blood pressure, so I don't eat salt. Um, but yeah, my diet really is terrible. Now, I do have a bad heart, and it goes back 34 years ago July 4th of 1986. We were at a racetrack. I used to run a dirt track race car, and the car was broke down. We were at the track for the 4th of July celebration without a car, so we were in the stands. The Ole Miss, myself, and all four of our kids, and a car came through the fence and into the stands and wiped us out. By us, I mean the Ole Miss and myself. I somehow reacted fast enough to knock the kids down, so they didn't get hit. Whatever the debris was, it ended up hitting me. It totally shattered my face. So I've got metal plates that run around both eyes and across here and in my jaw and back here, and basically it like fractured this side, and then the other side was like if you take a hard-boiled egg and you crush it. That's what they called an eggshell. So like this whole side was just, and parts of it that I can remember was laying in the emergency room and not being able to stop the bleeding. Them taking these tubes and shooting what I swore was ice water. They stuck these tubes up in my nose and it shot it full of saline solution. And like I said, I swore it was ice water. It burned. I actually hit the doctor. So they had two other people come in and lock my arms through the back bar of the gurney, the bed, and they proceeded to do what they were doing. I mean, I was super apologetic to the doctor. And, it was just a reaction. But I actually bent those bars around my back. It hurt. It hurt big time. And anyway, from there, I ended up going in for surgery, and they had to do total reconstruction of my face, of the bone structure and whatever. My palate was broken loose, like this part, the upper teeth were broken loose, and my jaw was busted in two spots. Yeah, two spots, one here and one here. So they did massive reconstruction, and I ended up literally dying on the table. My heart stopped, and the doctor said they had to work on me to really bring me back, and then it stopped again, and they had to work on me to really bring me back. So got done doing all that, and I don't remember. I was in the hospital for a couple months, but like 3 weeks or so after the first surgery, I ended up having to go back in for another surgery, and had difficulties with my heart at that point too, but it didn't actually stop. But anyway, that was basically it. Never really thought about it until 7 years ago. It's difficult to remember. I was having some real difficulties breathing, and like being stubborn old goat, not going to the doctor or whatever. We were running our haunted house. It was the end of, coming to the end of it. And the final night, it was just like, I've got to go to the hospital. I can't breathe. So I went to the hospital, and they diagnosed me with pneumonia. And then they came back and said, you've got congestive heart failure. Well, that was news to me. I'd never heard about it. And I have an enlarged heart. Well, now. All right. So one chamber in my heart, like if your heart is that big, one chamber in my heart was the size of my entire heart. So it was, that type of a situation. And I wasn't getting the pumping that I should have gotten. And Apparently, I had just gotten used to it over the years, and the main cause of it was when the heart stopped and they had to restart my heart back when I had the surgery. And just it never occurred to me. I don't remember being told anything about it, like, watch your heart over, blah, blah, blah. So it never really seemed to bother me. And so, yeah, I was in there for, I don't know, 19 days or something. Uh, Ended up quitting smoking and whatever. And then about a year later that they actually put the pacemaker in. So, and I'm on medication to lower my blood pressure, and it's low. It's lower than most people's normal. Excuse me. So that my heart's not working as hard. Um, I'm also on medications to help strengthen the heart, and then a bunch of water pills and supplements because I'm on 3 different water pills, so I take a sip, and in 20 minutes I'm going to have to go get rid of that. So, so there's supplements like help me retain salt, but I'm not supposed to have salt. So it helps me maintain the normal stuff going on in my body. I don't know, something to that effect anyway. So diet doesn't have a real big impact on my coronary condition. Exercise does. Exercise helps a lot. Packing all these extra pounds, that does, and that's this is a lack of exercise and whatnot. So, I'm blaming this on the COVID. I call it COVID 60. Although, in the past 2 weeks, I'm back down almost 4 pounds. So, I mean, you can lose that much in a day, basically. But just minor dietary changes and trying to get out and be a little bit more active. But it's 93 degrees outside, whatever, and it's humid. So, I have difficulty breathing. So, get out and walk a little bit in the evening, and if I can get out to Home Depot or Goodwill or Walmart to do a little bit of shopping and getting a little bit of exercise that way. It's not a cardio workout, but again, I really can't get a cardio workout. My pacemaker's got me restricted down. Literally, like if I start walking, and then it just kind of like just run out of energy. I can't get a fast pace. I used to be a really quick walker. I mean, I walked fast, and now I can't because my heart is regulated down to a slower pace. Wow, it just started raining like nuts. uh, um, so yeah, it's where was I? So yeah, my heart's regulated way down. My blood pressure is way down. That's why I have difficulty bending over, because when I go to stand up again, uh, I don't have the blood pressure to push the blood back up into my brain, and it just kind of like get a little bit of a blackout fade. It's it's disconcerting at times, especially if you don't think about it. Like I've been dealing with this for several years now, and usually you think about it and you work yourself slowly and whatever, but sometimes you don't. It's like anything else. It's like the other day when I went to go out to the truck and went down the steps without even thinking, and stepped wrong, and my ankle gave under, and I crashed into the door jamb on the porch. So just not thinking about it, not thinking how easily I could end up back in the emergency room with a broken bone. So, and yeah, I've been there way too many times. I don't want to go back. So I don't know. It's just, or like the other day, I stopped over to see my brother Bob, and he was trying to get a refrigerator. They just got a new refrigerator, and he was trying to get the old refrigerator back onto the back porch. Well, hey, Bob's, well, he's a year younger than I am, but he's a lot smaller than I am. I think he's like 5'6" or 5'7", you know, and he's fat at 180 pounds. So, uh, not even thinking about it, I just kind of like grabbed the refrigerator and went to move it, and yeah, you can't do that anymore. So, uh, and we managed between the two of us to get it back down. It was just a small step, 4 or 5 inches maybe, um, onto the back landing, goes into the back porch. But um, yeah, again, like just didn't think about it. I was like, all right, hold on, and grab it, and I was going to move it out, and no, you don't do that anymore. So anyway, I appreciate everyone's concern. I really do. Uh, but it is what it is, you know. As heart conditions go, I've got a bad heart, but it's not what most people think about. Like I said, that are going to be um, like the high cholesterol, or excuse me. I did have the AFib where the heart just kind of like starts beating and it takes a minute to jump back into its regular sinus rhythm. But that's what this thing does. I don't have that problem anymore. It regulates it. If it starts to do that, it stops it. Um, Luckily, it's never a big shock, so I don't even feel it when it does it. It just keeps that steady pace of shocking. It's also difficult for me to get to sleep. Uh, it used to be, well, I'd be in the hospital. It's like whenever I would be in the hospital, especially when I had the face and all that stuff going on, and the nurses would come in and they'd like wake me up and be like, "Are you okay?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." Why? Well, your heart rate was at 39. Well, yeah, I was sleeping. You know, well, that's not normal. Well, it is for me. My dad's the same way. My dad's got a very low heart rate at rest. Oh, excuse me. Put me out on one of those treadmills or whatever, and at rest, my heart rate was lower than normal, and it took a while to actually get me up to the pace they would want to get to. So, um, but yeah, regulated like it is now, it doesn't drop down when I go to sleep. So I'm at the same heartbeat when I'm sleeping or sitting here, or if I'm just walking through Walmart. Um, it doesn't change drastically. It takes 10 or 15 seconds for it to actually catch on. If I start walking faster, it takes it a couple minutes to catch up, and then it will only catch up to a certain point. So I slowly start building my pace up and building my pace up, and then that's it. I get to a certain point and it's done. It's like pushing the gas pedal, and there's a block there. It's just you don't go any faster. So, uh, yeah, back to my dietary and stuff. I know it's not the greatest, and yes, I do. I have heart problems, and I shouldn't be eating fried liverwurst and bacon sandwiches or grilled cheese sandwiches or half a pizza or whatever. But that's not going to be my problem. What'll be the problem is the heart will just so. Luckily, I say that, and that's basically the real problem. Would have been my heart getting to a point where it just let go. But with the medications, the pacemaker, the change in my exercise, and a bunch of other things going on, where my heart was like at one point it was like that. Now it's only slightly enlarged. Where it was almost 100%, now it's more like 60. Where I was only getting a 15 or 20% refraction, I think is what they call it, the pumping motion. I was down at like 15%, something like that. Now I'm up at a little bit over 50. So it's pumping better, and it's actually, because it's getting worked out, it's getting smaller. So anyway, that is the state of my health, state of yeah. So like I said before, for a man in my condition, I'm in fairly decent condition. Or a man in my shape, I'm in fairly good shape. So again, thank you all for your concern, and I hope this clears a few things up. You still want to go ahead and holler at me? Go ahead and holler. You won't be the only one. But let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs down or a thumbs up. Leave me a comment wherever it is y'all leave comments on your internet access device of choice. If you'd like to share me around your social media, that'd be fandoculous. You will check me out on Facebook or Instagram. I'll have links in the description box, wherever that is. Wow. Wherever that is on your device of choice. If your loved ones are nearby, give them a kiss and a hug. If they're not, give them a call. Hit them up on Facebook. Let them know you think about them. Let them know you love them. We ain't promised tomorrow, people. We ain't promised the next breath. But see y'all again. I hope you have a fandoculous day. Sláinte, y'all.